morning there. I hope you're doing well and you made it to the first coffee break. Congratulations there. Maybe your second cup of coffee or even your first one to perk you up there. And we'll talk a little bit here before you go back to the grind there. But remember that whatever you're doing, if you're out there working, you're giving back to the world and you're helping out other people in ways you don't know. Whether you're working in retail there or you're working in the restaurant business or you're, cleaning up parks or whatever you're doing, man, you're making a difference in the world and don't overlook that. It's important to know that you do play an important role in the society and out there working and doing something that's contributing to the society. Just like if you're volunteering, if you keep busy by volunteering, you're giving back to the world and you're helping more people than you know. Yeah, one person does make a difference in multiple people's lives and they do it in different ways. So remember, you're valuable there and be proud of that. Do the best you can. It's your job there or you're volunteering and you'll make a difference in the world you may not realize. I want to talk this morning a little bit about a young lady named Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor was a 26-year-old young woman who wanted to work in healthcare. She was originally from Michigan, and by the time she was at high school age here, she and her family moved to Louisville, Kentucky, and that would end up making a very lasting impact on her life and the life of her family. And apparently this was a very close-knit family because they all kind of moved together. So they were definitely kind of a close family, which is really important. It's good to be close with your family. No family is perfect, but the fact that you stay connected with each other and you try to, maintain that contact, that's very important. Your family is going to be there for you. And friends can become family too, just not by blood. But it's that important that you maintain the connection there with your family. And apparently, Breonna was the lady who not only was close with her family, but was caring for all of her friends. She had the nickname of Bree or Breezy. Her Aunt Bianca Austin called her like a mini-me, which is like that little fella there from the Austin Powers movies, that mini-me who was like with the Dr. Evil guy there. And so apparently her aunt's similar to her, and maybe she even influenced who Breonna was. But unfortunately, I don't know if you know that little guy who played Mini-Me, Vern Troy. He passed away some years ago there, unfortunately, as well. So when she got to Louisville, she and her family were there. She started going to Western High School there. And she made friends with two other young ladies. I'm going to say their last name because I don't want to butcher their first names. They're too unique, and I wouldn't even try and hurt their names because they obviously are meaningful names there. But their last names were Hunter and Vaughn. And these three young ladies with Breonna, they went by the Three Amigos. So Breonna liked to play cards. She had her favorites were Phase 10 and Skip Bow. I don't know much about those cards. They're more of like a poker guy, or I play Go Fish with the kids there. But anyway, Phase 10 and Skip Bow, I might look into those myself there. And then she liked to sing, she liked to cook, and her big thing was she liked taking care of people. She was always looking in on her family and friends there to make sure they was doing all right. And apparently, this attitude led her to go into the healthcare industry there. And she apparently worked, she became a certified EMT, which is one of those people, the first responders people, who actually go in there and if you call the police for help there because you're sick or what have you, and they send out someone, she would be one of those people who would be out there trying to help you get through whatever's going on and then helping you get to the hospital. The article I read also said that she went on to work as an ER technician, which is one of those people who works in the emergency room when you bring those people in from, being out there and being hurt. So she worked not only in helping the people to stabilize them, to get them to the hospital, but then she got into the hospital and started working with them, trying to help the people once they got there to survive. So she was a healer. This was a healer. She was see, I always look at people who work in these intense areas like first responders and the ER. I look at them as like kind of the angels of society there. Because they're there when you're in your darkest moment and you're afraid and you don't know what's going to happen, and they're there to try and comfort you and also trying to do their earthly ability to rescue you. And they put great interest in your life. And to them, it's very important that they help keep you there. And that takes a lot on your soul when you have to see someone suffering. It takes a very strong person to survive something like that and to endure that kind of work. So I think of them as like earthly angels. You know that song, Earth Angel, Earth Angel. She's like one of those people. And she was also grateful. She didn't ignore the people who were also working in the industry there. She had great respect for the industry, I guess is what I'm trying to say there, and all the people in it. She wrote on a Facebook post at one point after her uncle had had a stroke. God bless him there. He had had a stroke and he was recovering, fortunately. And she wrote, working in healthcare is so rewarding. It makes me so happy. Excuse me there. It makes me so happy to know I've made a difference in someone else's life. That's what people should strive to do. Make a difference in people's lives. We too often get caught up and forget that there's a lot of ways to make a difference in people's lives. You don't have to save their body or save their soul, but you can be there to love their soul and support them. And she did that through having fun with people and through also doing the hard work too. And the hard work sometimes is that being there fighting for somebody's life when they're suffering. And it says a lot about it when it's a total stranger and you go out there doing that. Like I said, those people are angels to me. They're the earth angels there. And we need to be grateful that they exist. Those are the people I think that are really important in history there. So, unfortunately, sometimes earth angels have to go be real angels. And that was the case here with Breonna. On March 13th, 2020, while the world was beginning to deal with the coronavirus thing there, she was working to help people who were getting sick by it. She went home one night spending time with a boyfriend there, Kenneth Walker. And in the early morning hours of March 13th, 2020, people bust in her door and they shot her 6 times and she died. And there really wasn't no good reason for it. For her to be shot 6 times. She was a very pretty girl. She had a round face there and looked like she liked to smile a lot by the picture I saw of her. And now that smile, I hope and I pray there that smile is locked into the mind of everybody who knew her and loved her. There was another story there about Breonna and one of her friends. Like I said, she went to Western High School there in Louisville, Kentucky. She made friends with the 2 young ladies. One's last name was Hunter and the other's last name was Vaughn. And as they growed up there and kind of went their own directions, Hunter and Taylor, the friendship kind of drifted. And then apparently Hunter had to go in and have a brain surgery. That's very sad there for a young person to have a brain surgery there, but for anybody, but especially a young person. She was recovering in the hospital, and apparently Breonna came to the hospital where she was there. And they rekindled their friendship. And Hunter said that, she said, I don't know why we had a falling out. She said Taylor told her, don't worry about that. We're together again. None of that matters, and she told her she loved her. That's pretty good person there. Who knows what could happen, but it's like bygones be bygones, you know? You can't hold on to the little stuff in life. Political differences or this guy dating your best friend or vice versa or anything small. And there's a lot more small stuff than there is big stuff there. You gotta learn to be someone who can forgive and love. Not because other people are perfect, but because they're imperfect. And you gotta love them, and hopefully you pray for them. And for your own ability to be forgiving and to be forgiven. Breonna Taylor was someone who put a life. What was that? There was a line in that Elton John song I remember sometime back there. Oh man, I don't want to forget it. It was when Princess Diana passed away, and it said there. See if I can look that up here. Here it is here. Excuse me there. The line that in the song there that helps me the most here makes me think of Breonna, based on what I know about it here. It says You called out to our country. You whispered to those in pain. Now you belong to heaven, and the stars spell out your name. People like Breonna Taylor, the people we need to remember. She may have had flaws, but her big thing was loving people and caring for people. And that means more than all the small stuff. People make mistakes. It's not all the things you do in life that matter. At the end, it's how you gave back. There's a line that, something to the effect of, it was at the producer here was telling me about it. That was, it's what you leave the world with there that matters there, you know? And she left a lot of love to people, for people. And that will stay with them and hopefully inspire them to give back here. They say that on her, would have been her birthday, which would have been June 5th of 2020, when she would have turned 27 years old. She passed away 3 months shy of being 27. She didn't pass away, she was murdered there. But, they said they released balloons and butterflies. Well, I hope there's some stars spelling out your name out there, Breonna. And we thank you for being a part of our world for the short time you was. Our friend Hunter, the lady I mentioned who had gone through brain surgery, and she and Breonna came back together when Breonna came to a hospital there. She said she always said she would be a legend. I just never imagined it would be like this. It happens to a lot of people. You don't know how they're going to end up impacting the world there, and how short their run here is going to be with us. I know it's not necessarily everybody's cup of tea there, but I always think about things like this. If you got someone good down here and they help people, but then they leave us for whatever reason, I always in there like an earth angel, like I'm talking about. I always figured that that God probably needed him. And I'm grateful if he needs an angel up there, he's got someone like this. I know it's a little heavy there for the morning, I'm sorry, but I wanted to remember Breonna Taylor. And I think we should all remember her. So, God bless you, Breonna. Thank you for being an earth angel and helping people. I'm sure you made so much of an impact on this world that you'll never know. The lives you touch will touch others. And the world is a better place because of people like you. And I'm grateful for you too. So thank you very much for what you did and for being who you were and being a loving earth angel. You all take a little moment there to reflect there. Maybe you don't get as teary-eyed there as I do, but that's just because I think this was a tragedy what happened to her, and I know maybe a little more of the story than you're aware of at this point so far there. But remember Breonna Taylor, and thank God for people like her, or just thank the universe, or just thank existence if you don't believe in God, that there are people like this out there. And I hope you have a good rest of the day there, and I'll talk to you later on. Remember, leave your comments there in the show description there. You can call the hotline at 505-585-0500. One more time, 505-585-0500 there. And appreciate you listening very much. And as always, God bless you.